Are you ready? Yeah. Hi everyone. You are here to discover the very first ransomware prevention technology that needs no backup. It seems amazing. The question is, how do they do that? We are going to know just now with John Wu and Roland and John. You've got 15 minutes. It's your turn.
Very much. Okay, sorry, I was crying. So yeah, probably you're gonna have to wait a little bit to get the answer. But at the beginning, I'll try to address a little bit the what problem we're trying to solve. So first, I'm part of Red Alert Labs. Actually, it's a France evaluation and consulting company. We sort of push really the security by design and solutions that could be more preventive than reactive to solve the problems. And I'm here actually with my friend John Wu, that's coming to you from South Korea. And he's actually the founder and creator of FilingCloud, and he's the one that's going to talk more specifically about the solution. So where should it work? Yeah. So what are really the existing problems? So, you hear probably, definitely about ransomware, so I'm not going to take time to explain what ransomware is. So it's just quickly, it's, going to lock your data or your system and, waiting for a ransomware to be paid. So typically it will be encrypting all the data, sometimes at different level of security or encryption or strings, allowing, not you to use or sometimes to lose a lot of sensitive or financial data. So it could happen actually in different ways, whether you're browsing on the net or whether you're opening an email or attached file or whatever. So there are a lot of ways actually where you can get the ransomware, and everyone is here could be vulnerable today using the solution that exists. Today, many studies actually, and I recommend you really to go to see this one specifically about Sophos. We're talking about the different styles and the ways actually that ransomware was expressed in different attacks that coming from WannaCry to BitPaymer, and the new things that actually, and this is actually mentioned in that report, is that some of them actually are really changing the way, like by signing really the code and actually dissimulating some of it, the authenticity of the code. So it bypasses a lot of solutions today that look at the behavior of an attack or ransomware to be able to prevent these attacks. So it's not really happening well. Others actually are benefiting from bypassing the privilege, so escalate the privilege and so get access to the areas that are not supposed to be accessed to. So many other specificities that are interesting to see, and I really invite you to go look for more details. So the idea is actually that today on the software side, those preventions techniques, whether actually the antiviruses or the mechanisms of access control in OSs are not sufficient. So 9 out of 10 devices or attacks and ransomware are on those devices that we use every day. So that's actually what makes it not efficient. So what is a ransomware prevention solution? So I really insist on the prevention way, because today for you, probably prevention would be a backup. It's going to backup, but we know many of those attacks today are also accessing the backup. You don't know actually that backup would be vulnerable and also sometimes wiped out. And it's more and more difficult as well to sometimes to somehow to reconvert to the system from the backup. It takes time and actually money also. So it's not the ideal solution. So what is a backup prevention and remedy? So it's not a prevention by itself, but it's a remediation solution. So what are the fundamental, prevention solution? I'll let my friend John from Sapphire Cloud explain you exactly what is it.
Okay, thank you. I'm from South Korea. I'm John Woo from File and Cloud. Let me simply answer for the question. So, as you know that anyhow at the end we cannot prevent running the ransomware on our PC. So we cannot trust the antivirus and anti-behavioral detection system, that kind of, because they protect our system as an application level. So because of that, the malware to go around that protection application, your data is gone. So how about that? If we couldn't stopping running the ransomware on our PC, how about that? To protect our data, even though ransomware running on our PC or server. So that's what we brought today. So how? Have you ever used the CD-ROM writer before? We simply combine the CD-ROM writer idea on top of our network file server. So once the data is created on the CD-ROM or Blu-ray ROM or DVD-ROM, that data is not modified and deleted, right? So this special file server has a switch. Once the switch is turned on, this file server allow you to create and read the data only. So no one can modify and delete it. Once the switch is turned off, it works like a normal file server. So it supports any kind of OS, from Windows to Linux, Mac, and this file server running beside your PC or server as an independent file server. This is the first technology to protect your data from the storage standpoint. So whenever the file request comes into this file server always provide the file to your PC or server, whether or not to provide the file with read-only or read-write attribute. So by itself, it decides whether or not to provide a file with read-only or read-write. So name of technology is a FilingBox. Yeah, take a look. So left window is a list of the files on the local disk, and right window is a list of the file in the file server. Under the situation, if I run the ransomware, the files on the left window, local disk, is encrypted. However, files on the right window is still safe because this file is provided to this PC as a read-only. So in case attacker already break into your Linux server, and then try to delete all file on your server, as you can see that at the end, permission is denied. Although your root account is compromised, your data is still safe because our file server provide a file to your Linux server as a read-only, like a data being on the CD-ROM. So what if a user or admin wanted to change the file? Or in case, after turning off the switch, right after that, the network drive simply allow you to change it and modify the data. It's very simple, but straightforward, and anybody can use it, right? So in the Windows, after the user log in to the FilingBox, your PC will have a new network drive, and after that, so as a user, you can use this technology as a normal user. Your PC will have a new network drive, that's all. In the network drive, if you wanted to open the file, by double-click the file on the list, this file is opened with read-only attribute. Look at the title bar. You can see the read-only, right? So so to make it sure, let me open the CMD command line, and then in the command line, if I type the del command, as you can see that access is denied. Because from the OS standpoint, this file is recognized as a data on the CD-ROM. If the user wanted to change the file, by right click on your mouse and or and open edit mode. Only in that case, this file server provide the file to your PC with read-write attribute. As a user, we can use this file server freely, but from the application standpoint, this data look like on the CD-ROM. That's all. So that's a FilingBox. So after we providing this technology to the enterprises, and then we got the request from the system admin, like a Linux server admin or database admin, they wanted to protect their data. So we start to provide the FilingBox MEGA, and then we got the request from the small size company and the professionals. They wanted to protect their data. So we start to produce a small NAS and USB drive having the ransomware-proof function. So this technology already used in the Korean government agencies, metropolitan city government, and laboratories, even the national police agency, they use it. So if I explain about the FilingBox Mini for the small team, so we putting this technology to small size, handy size, small NAS. So this NAS is especially designed for a small team without having the system engineer. So Soho or the one team below the 10 members. And then if you install this software onto Amazon or Azure, in case you can directly you can use this small service on your PC right now today. So that's a mini, and then for the MEGA, it's especially as you already saw that if you save your data on the FilingBox MEGA on your server, the data, even though your server is fully compromised, your data is still safe. And then if you, so due to the time limitation, so if you stop by our booth, you can see for more detailed live demo. And then, so one thing good feature of the FilingBox MEGA is that if you place the FilingBox MEGA between your application server and the existing storage, you can cover all the data on your existing storage together. So by providing network drive of the MEGA to your application server or web server or EML server, and then mount your existing storage onto the MEGA as a storage, all your data is perfectly safe because this MEGA provides a file to your existing file server with read only. So we already start to work with a company in France, so famous cybersecurity company, Red Alert Lab, and then ATT, Advanced Track and Trace. So for celebrate this cooperation, we allow any government agencies and schools and medical organizations to use the FilingBox Mini and MEGA 1 year. So, and then for all your attendees, so if you, as I know, we already got your information, so we will sending the FilingBox Mini and MEGA software license through email. So please enjoy our software, and then let's talk. So if you wanted to find a fundamental ransomware prevention solution. Thank you. Any question?